These baked beans with ground beef are hearty, sweet, savory, and so easy to make, they just might steal the show. Hi, I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper and CakeMixRecipes.com. I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make, because if you can read, you can cook. Today I'm showing you how to make baked beans with ground beef. This isn't just a side dish, it's a whole meal in one dish. The full printable recipe is linked in the video description below, and don't forget to grab it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to make our baked beans with ground beef is to get our ground beef going. So here I have some just regular ground chuck. In it goes. I use ground chuck because I like that fatty flavor in there. I just think it adds some richness. We're also going to add some diced onion. And we always season our beef. So we're gonna get this broken up. I like to use this tool. You know that if you've ever seen me cook with any ground beef on here before. It's great for breaking up your beef into smaller crumbles. All right, looks like our ground beef is cooked. And that's really what we're looking for here. We're not so worried about the onions because this has to bake in the oven yet. So we're just looking for the ground beef to be pretty much cooked. All right, I am going to get the cooktop out of here, bring in my baking dish, and then we'll move on. All right, moving on, we're gonna start building the bean mixture. So here I have just 4 cans of pork and beans. Nothing fancy here. To this, we're going to add some brown sugar and some ketchup. And then one of my favorites, molasses. And then to beef up the umami, I like it. I'm gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire. And then of course, everything gets a sprinkling of house seasoning. My all-purpose seasoning blend. We did the meat, but I'm doing the beans too. Now before I add the meat to the mixture, I'm just gonna give this a quick stir to bring together all of these ingredients. Okay, we have our ground beef and onions here. I'm just gonna get those stirred in. Everything looks good. We are going to pop this into a preheated oven. It's gotta bake for about an hour. So our beans are done. You can add bacon on top of this for extra flavor, or swap the ground beef out and some ground turkey in if you wanna lighten it up a little bit. Now, I always make a double batch, especially if I'm cooking for a crowd, because trust me, this disappears fast. This is one of those recipes that smells so good, you just know it's gonna be a hit. So let's dig in. Look at that delicious goodness. Oh, yum, yum. You guys, I think it's the molasses that I'm smelling. All right, I want a little bit of everything on my spoon. It is smoking hot. I'm just picturing my grandmother here with me right now. This is her house. So I'm picturing her here with me enjoying these baked beans. You guys, these baked beans with ground beef are definitely a keeper. Easy, hearty, and full of flavor. And I think my grandma would approve. So make sure you share this video with someone else who loves good food, and don't forget to grab that printable in the video description below. Thanks for cooking with me today. If you love easy, flavorful side dishes like this, check out my bacon corn casserole next. It's creamy, cheesy, and just as simple. Click right here and I'll see you over there.